Hey, it's me, Marquelworld, all things professional wrestling in my life. If you have not, please sub to the YouTube chit chat, Marquelworld. Let's get to it. We are talking about Bryan Danielson. We haven't seen Bryan Danielson since his retirement match. Remember that versus John Moxley. We had Bryan Danielson have his retirement match, which he did lose that title, that AEW championship belt. But we have some news. We don't know what's next for him. Bryan Daniel fans from WWE, Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him, he has stated that he doesn't know if he'll wrestle again. He thinks that may have been his last match. So if you did not watch the match, you better watch it because that is his last match, allegedly, if he can't come back to the ring. He did have an interview and he was saying he doesn't know if he can wrestle again. It sounds like something is going on with his body. We already know how lucky he was to come back in the ring and get medically cleared after that neck injury that he originally had. Man, was that sad? That was kind of one of the saddest wrestling stories for a while. And then we had Paige that happened right after him. But if that is his last match, good that he got to leave on his own terms. Good that he got to leave after his first retirement or forced retirement. He got to go out, have a nice AEW run, wrestle people that he wanted to wrestle, go to New Japan Wrestling. At the end of the day, he is a wrestler lover. He is not a WWE lover. He is a wrestler lover. There's a difference between people that like wrestling and people that like WWE. There are those fans who only WWE they like. That's all they want to see. Anything else, they don't want to see it. Then we have those people that are wrestling fans. They like wrestling. They like all wrestling in general. They don't pick. They don't discriminate. They love pro wrestling. Then we have wrestlers like Bryan Danielson that love wrestling. They want to wrestle anywhere. They want to wrestle. They want to wrestle the best. They want to wrestle. Then we have wrestlers that their main goal is to go to WWE. So they will do the indie scenes. They will go to TNA and AEW, but they are a WWE fan and their end game is to be a WWE wrestler. So that being said, I just wanted to give you the different descriptions. I would say Bryan Danielson was a wrestling fan, and he was a wrestler that was a wrestling fan. Therefore, his end game wasn't just going to WWE. After that, he did decide to do more things after that. So, just showed how much he loved wrestling, how much he still does love wrestling. What we do know is that he will be part of AEW All In 2025. That is a good way to advertise the show by having someone his caliber, such as Bryan Danielson, advertise that, you know what, I don't know where I'm going to be next year. I don't know if I'm ever going to wrestle again, but I do know I will be at AEW All In. I do know I will be at AEW All In. Baby, if he is not advertising that show, I don't know what else he's doing because he is advertising the hell out of that. So he says, nevertheless, even if he won't wrestle, he don't know what kind of role he'll have at AEW All In 2025. So this is getting people prepared that he will still be part of AEW. Let's talk about it. His loyalty is to AEW. A lot of people were assuming that he was done with AEW, that he would go straight to WWE and finish his career there and have his hooray moments, his full circle moment, having a WrestleMania moment after his neck injury. But that is not what he wants. He wants to continue to be with AEW. He wants to continue maybe to do indie bookings. He knows with wrestling in WWE, you have to stay exclusive to just them usually. But we do have Triple H that is doing a couple things to make it a little bit better. But this is some news that he still is staying with AEW. Who knows if he has a contract? I think allegedly he did say that he no longer is under contract with anybody. So he maybe a free agent that is picking up some dates with AEW and it's on an agreement every time. But AEW All In 2025, we will see Bryan Danielson. Will that be when he returns to the ring? Is that what this is all about? Are they kind of promoting him to have a big role in AEW? Sorry, I feel like I'm about to call. AEW All In 2025. Will we see him at AEW 2025 All In actually wrestle? What I want to see from him is I don't know what I want to see from him. I kind of want the phase where he brings Brie Bella with him, Brie Garcia with him, and they do some mixed tag stuff. I do know that Brie Bella has stated in the past that she is more than happy to go back in the ring. We do know that Nikki Garcia may follow Brie Bella if she joins AEW, or if Brie Bella and Bryan Danielson do like 3 or 4 matches. I think that would be a good idea to bring Brie Bella back. That would be a way to bring her back if she aligns herself with Bryan Danielson. It could be a one-off or at least 2 matches where they are a mixed tag team. It would get her back in the ring a little bit. She won't have the main spotlights, but she will be back in the ring, especially if she's tagging with her husband. He may do most of the work for her. But I feel like if that would be a nice treat if she showed up at AEW All In and there was a mixed match. Not saying it will happen there. I'm saying stating that the setup could happen there. That we see them in the crowd together and we see her on AEW television and she's actually participating. She's actually getting involved in the action, or he gets his revenge. Who's this lady that attacks people with John Moxley? I know she was part of Shayna. I know her name, Maria. It's like as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to remember that lady's name. With the ginger hair, the nice orange hair, she's very beautiful in person. I saw her in person before in Ohio. Um, that could be a match: Brie Bella versus her, Brie Garcia versus her. So there are ways to bring Brie into this. He could try to get revenge. Brie is the lady, so she'll fight her, and that is how we get the mixed tag team going. That would be good. Um, Manager role. Do we want to see that again? How did we like him being the manager on SmackDown? There was a time where Bryan Danielson was the manager of SmackDown. I do feel like a lot of people did like that role for him. I do feel like a lot of people liked it because he was still on WWE television. He was still being used. And I also feel like they liked it because we have that nice feud with The Miz. So we do see, even when Bryan Danielson isn't per se wrestling, he can still get a pop, he can still get a reaction, he can still be used if booked correctly. So, do we want to see a manager role? Do we see, speaking of manager, do we want to see him be an actual valet manager? Do we want him to actually maybe mentor somebody, and he could be the actual person at ringside coaching them, aka managing them? That could be another role. I won't say he'll be like an MVP because I don't really think he's going to be doing that much mic work like an MVP, but he could be someone that does has a presence on the outside. So maybe we will see that with him. But all I know is we will see him at AEW All In 2025. So I hope Ryan Danielson he heals. Again, don't know the nature on why he can't compete. Don't know the nature on why he can't compete. He's not really stating, but I do hope that he heals. Nevertheless, AEW, this would be good for their brand to have Bryan Danielson still attached to them. Again, a lot of people felt like since that was his last match that he may no longer be associated with AEW. So this is good news that he's still associated with AEW and he's still loyal to them. That's it. What are your thoughts, people? Do you guys want to see Bryan Danielson stay in AEW? Do you want to see him in different promotions like a JBL just going around and maybe making his way to WWE, but not being exclusive to WWE, just making a one appearance there, an appearance in MLW, appearance in TNA? Yeah, would you want to see him go to different promotions? Hey, have we ever seen Bryan Danielson in TNA? If so, it was a long, long, long time ago. But if not, he could make an appearance. But My thoughts, my thoughts. I just hope that he can wrestle if he wants to, and if he doesn't want to, and he wants to be a father, then so be it. That is his choice, and he has done a lot in the wrestling business. And if he did end it, he did not end it on a bad note. He ended it on his terms. So congratulations on retirement if this is full time. But if not, whenever he comes back, I am wishing him a nice recovery so he can come back safely. But life update Monday, doing this video. How are you guys? Please follow Marquel's World, both on TikTok and YouTube. I do post at least 3 times a week. So today we are talking about Bryan Danielson. I do have exclusive videos at least once during the weekend, usually for one on TikTok and one on YouTube, just an exclusive for each platform. I do try to go live at least once a week on YouTube as well. But Bryan Danielson, that's what we're talking about this Monday. Monday Night Raw is doing all right so far, but I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for the support. Remain safe. This is Markel's World. All things pro wrestling in my life. I'll see you guys on the next video.